All right, adventurers, buckle up, because we are diving deep into Ragnarok M Classic today.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a mountain of developer Q&A from the closed beta test.
We do.
And let me tell you, it is fascinating stuff.
It's juicy.
Yeah, it's really cool to get this kind of peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before a game even comes out.
Sneak peek?
Yeah. So what we're going to be doing today is kind of unearthing what has players excited, what the developers are really focused on, and maybe even trying to, glean a little bit of what we can expect down the line.
Totally.
So the first big thing that jumped out at us was this whole controversy around the black market.
Yeah, the black market.
Players are, I think, understandably a little bit worried that it's going to turn into a pay-to-win situation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Where people who are willing to spend real money
Right.
are going to have a massive advantage over everyone else.
Sure.
What do the devs have to say about that?
Well, they basically said, we hear your concerns. And they're really emphasizing that they want the black market to be this kind of like stable, reliable way for players to convert items to Zini.
Right, Zini being that in-game currency.
Exactly.
That we all crave.
That we're all grinding for.
Yeah.
And they're really trying to stimulate the economy. Okay. They want to make more items valuable and give players more options for earning Zini.
So it's not just going to be about, going out there and mindlessly slaying monsters.
Maybe not so mindlessly.
Right.
Yeah, you might have to think a little bit more strategically about what you're selling.
Like what to prioritize.
Exactly.
I mean, it's so interesting because it really could change the whole, kind of flow of the game.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And what I found really fascinating is that they're going to be like really closely monitoring everything that's happening in the black market.
Like hawks.
Yeah. They're watching transaction volumes, item distribution, and they said straight up, if things start to get out of hand,
they're ready to tweak it.
Yeah, they're going to tweak the system.
Balance it out.
It's a tough job,
It is.
You want to create a player-driven economy that feels dynamic.
Right.
But you also don't want to completely alienate,
of course,
a huge chunk of your player base.
You got to find that sweet spot.
Right, and I think that's going to be one of the things to really watch as the game progresses.
Absolutely.
Because who knows what kind of crazy player economies are going to emerge.
Yeah, will people specialize? Will we see, crafting guilds pop up? Who knows?
That's so cool to think about.
It is.
All right, so speaking of competition.
Oh, yeah.
Another hot topic in the Q&A was this whole MVP and MINI system.
Yes, the classic.
The classic system.
Which is staying as is.
Yeah. Players had some thoughts.
They did.
About how loot is distributed, but the devs are holding firm.
Sticking to their guns.
Yeah, they want to keep that competitive spirit.
Yeah. I mean, for people who may not be familiar.
Well, explain that.
So picture this. You're in a party,
You're fighting a boss.
You're up against a big bad boss.
Right.
But you're not just trying to defeat the boss.
You're also competing with other players.
You are vying for that MVP or MINI spot.
And the rewards are amazing.
Oh, yeah. The loot, the bragging rights.
So much glory.
It's intense.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So if you thrive on that kind of, edge of your seat.
Had adrenaline rush.
Yeah, Ragnarok M Classic is going to be right up your alley.
Big time.
Now, on a slightly less competitive note,
a
few players brought up the whole limited game time and battle attempts thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
It seems like they were hoping for a little bit more freedom in the open beta.
They wanted a boost.
A little boost.
Yeah.
But it's not happening.
But no, the devs are saying, look, there's a system in place.
Right.
As you level up your adventurer rank, you get more game time, you get more battle attempts.
Makes sense.
So it's all about encouraging players to really immerse themselves in the world.
Yeah.
To progress naturally.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. Take your time. Enjoy the scenery, level up.
Smell the roses.
Exactly.
Speaking of things that can ruin a perfectly good journey.
What's that?
Bots.
Bots.
That age-old problem.
The bane of every online game's existence.
That's like they just multiply.
They do. They're like cockroaches.
You can't get rid of them.
You can try.
So the players, rightfully so,
are
concerned about bots. And the devs have said, hey, we're on it.
We hear you.
We're monitoring, we're banning.
We're doing what we can.
Because bots are a big problem.
They are.
They can farm resources offline for free.
24/7.
Yeah, it really messes with the in-game economy.
It does. Yeah, it's not exactly fair for everyone else.
Not at all. And this is where it gets interesting.
Okay, tell me more.
They're actually thinking about rolling back Zini transactions.
What?
From bot accounts on the exchange.
That's a big deal.
That's huge. It shows how seriously they're taking this.
It does.
So kudos to them for that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to something a little more fun.
I like fun.
Let's talk cards.
Ooh.
Cards.
Everyone loves cards.
Who doesn't?
And players are really hoping for some better options in that free boss card pool.
Of course, everyone wants the good cards.
Right. And the devs have said, okay, we got you.
We hear you.
We're going to expand the card pool after launch.
Awesome.
We're going to have special events with boosted drop rates. So you might actually have a chance to get those rare cards. And they even tease something called Fate Synthesis.
Ooh. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it sounds like another way to maybe snag those super rare cards.
Very cool.
So lots to look forward to on the card front.
Absolutely.
So as we kind of wrap up our deep dive into Ragnarok M Classic, what have we learned?
Well, I think the big takeaway for me is that the devs are really listening to the players.
They are.
They're engaged. They're taking feedback seriously.
And they're trying to find that balance between, preserving what made the original Ragnarok Online so great,
right,
but also evolving and adapting to, today's gaming landscape.
That's the challenge.
It is. It's a tough one.
It really is.
Yeah.
So it all comes down to this.
What's that?
What kind of Ragnarok M Classic player are you going to be?
Ooh, good question.
Are you going to be a hardcore competitor?
Right.
Are you going to be a master crafter?
A card collector.
Are you going to find some completely unique path?
Yeah.
The world is your oyster.
It is. It's vast. It's full of possibilities.
The choices you make.
Yeah.
That's what's going to define your journey.
And that's the beauty of it.
It is.
Yeah. So get out there, explore, and figure out who you're going to be.
And let us know.
Yeah.
In the comments.
We'd love to hear from you.
Awesome.
All right. Until next time, adventurers.
Happy gaming, everyone.